逃避现实。探索经典策略剧情。经典的角色扮演体验。公平宽容。骷髅头。这个应该是最难的了。允许失败。存档次数限制为1。哦，档案可以用删除。要死我！这什么玩意？哦，这个应该是最简单的。这两个哪一个简单？应该是这个吧。这个是简单模式啊，然后普通、困难、超简单、经典。对了。CRPG。角色创建。原则原创制定英雄。 小山来了，小姐，创好的角色。按下去会怎样？啊？哦，改变性别。按下去会怎样？啊！哎呀！哎呀！哎呀！哎呀！圈叉，不习惯圈叉。哦，妙。讯息，我还演给你看呢。
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
字有点小。会画特写，不要。没有字幕。没有可以调字幕的。 野罗浏览。外观，我可以，这个可以自调。啊，裸体。发型，发型。蜥蜴有什么发型啊？哎，哦，那不算发型吧？哦，还有5个，6，蛮有趣的。啊，好菜呀，这个。创建角色，这样，颜色，头发的颜色，好吗？属性还有属性哦。升级可用主要复杂。战斗能力，好复杂哦。啊，先不要管那么多。初学者随便啦，天赋，天赋管那么多了。乐器，我还没看完呢。记忆。 3只，4只，6只，7只，8只，9只，10只，11只，2。哇，怎么那么多啊？没有，每一次都有故事，后面好像就比较随便了。可以选性别的，好像就是不是什么主要的东西，种族讯息，所以只有故事了。故事了1只、2只、3只、4只、6只，有故事的6只。Why?
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles. And when I finally find him, I will make the master sing a very different kind of song.
改脸可以改脸。
Once I was a crusader for the Divine Order. I pledged my life to Lucian the Divine. The war changed everything. He sent me to save the elves I grew up amongst. I arrived too late. Lucian ordered the use of death fog against the Black Ring, annihilating everyone I once knew in the process. Now I'm a mercenary killer, one of the infamous Lone Wolves. And my next target is none other than Lucian's own son.
I was just thinking about someone I used to know. My cousin. The Queen, in fact. A tyrant. I tried to stop her, but things don't always go according to plan. She cast me out to a forgotten island, and made short work of my allies, too. Lucky for me, I was able to commandeer a ship. and began a new life for myself out on the high seas. Aye, but I hear that the Queen is at it again, and there's something darker behind her madcap schemes this time. If I don't stop her, I don't know who will.
All my life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who, or what, is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
胭脂，胭脂是什么蛙科？这只好像蛮有趣的。物文都长得差不多。最后幸存者，我那个是面具。哈哈，全裸。
Oh, don't stare. How would you look after eons in some ghastly crypt? Your people are rather prone to death. Mine are not. Yet when I emerged from my completely unjustified imprisonment, I found them gone. Our culture forgotten. Any trace of the world I knew all but obliterated. I must even hide my true face beneath an ever-shifting mask for fear you savages will attack me. That is how I wander this strange world, trying to uncover the truth about a history you primitive people never even knew existed.
制定，然后就自己创脚了。如果我选了一只，那个家是什么意思？一开始就只能选一只哦，应该是吧。 啊，玩这一只。外观脸哦，灰全裸，政治正确。阿嬷脸，星星，还是第一张最正常。发型，有够正确。我拿啊！我拿啊！皇后。的公主啊，太劲，哪一个嘞？说真的都蛮丑的，不介意。啊，没有什么喜欢的，好吧，就保持原来样子好了。焦糖、乐可、乌木黑。要求黑到发亮，雪花白，红汤曲，贝壳白，雕黑，100遮三丑，发射，什么烂翻译？金毛、黑毛、红毛、日金加毛、白毛。黑马好了，挡音不能变。黑毛吧 ，OK 了。 这个就不要管了。菜鸟，初学者看不懂。好，开始。又按错了。叉。冇几波。
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
静源导师，希望。鸡兔。旋转。旋转。
Damn. And here I was, hoping my upstairs visitor was just playing tricks on me.
哇！基础移动。动手动。躺下，手出台。
Who are you? Nobody? Who are you? Nobody?
哦，松。哦，好呢。 显示资讯。范围都那么大。练，修炼。
Boring.
攻击，踏，哎
Yeah, no thanks. One sparkly green hate necklace is enough.
吊柜。哦，上面我哥，我记得啥？技能。物品了。哦，这菜鸟教学。哦，打开动作。哦，好贼！移动。啊，按错了，可恶！动五，可以这样子哦。太远不行，下楼梯。旋转，可以旋转，合情合理。用 Canal 超能力，哦。
Hey, a sheep!
也有 HP。可以恭维。
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
主角可以跟羊讲话。被踢了。
Fresh meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg too. That may be so, but look at the flies. And wisdom. Flies know when a creature will die. And it's around your head they're buzzing, not mine.
With 2 shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
还有旁白，蛮有趣的。30岁，甘草。
Did you expect a needle?
水桶。
This again.
坏血兰。日炎闪电。我好像觉得。召唤妖魔。然后嘞，帮我扁山羊。
Get your dirty little paws out of my hair.
后批呢？攻击啊，按错，可恶。
Did you expect a needle?
看懂了，可以选择。反应有一点慢。哇！进入战斗，回合制 ，AP。攻击，攻击就攻击，三角2颗，召唤妖魔。 等一下，麻痹。哎，我也中了。哎，这样没中。哦。哇，2次。换人，这样。
Did you expect a needle?
This again.
上锁，了解。没对锤休息。哦，原来是这样。
locked.
钥匙。
Who are you? Nobody?
Maka. Eh? 哇，无，到底是什么作动了？
Did you expect a needle? Did you expect a needle?找到了，瓶子开，那谁？硬件。
有点碍眼欸。刚才那个刚好遮住正中央，看不到人物的动作。阿兔不平然，小姐。动力版翻页，讯息栏就这样遮住，蛮讨厌的。匕首，衣冠，了解。哎，引荐写的就是那个。阿兔，超中啊！这样就超中了。小刀。不是左右手啊！盒子，天哦，干嘛？物重100，动作拆解。猜猜看，哎，能猜？不能猜啊！包子。 有。
You there. Come here.
什么声音？
This again.
50哦，这个这么重。60，有格子限制，也有重量限制，有点硬。
Locked.
哦，消耗掉了。
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. A gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal. Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring Magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
交易下。
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
智慧税。嘿，
Clever story.
战斗。
I should have known there'd be trouble.
哇哦，哇哦，哇哦！哎，弄错啊！对。 药剂，药，哦，战斗飞刺。 95%1，球链在持续扣血。日元闪电。 搬到手主，会 K 到自己，这样会。试试看，试试看。哎呀，不知道有没有打到。不会打到自己。
So much for a peaceful stroll.
掠夺，衣着。
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
坏蛋呢、哦。
Prepare yourself.
哎，这样就没了，不能反悔。什么都没有。无血。 了吧，教学应该就这样吧。要会开过没有空。
Empty. Empty.
Eh? Eh? 哎呦，哎呦，哎呀，哎呀，哎呀！耶，应该先使用。
No key? No problem.
一副卡牌。
Rubbish.
"我还以为会烧起来。
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
是的，3条日志有更新。
This is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away. Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
战斗日记，标场。动物密友。
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
天赋，动物密友，英灵手巧，发报纸，开源节流，标签，音乐家。多灵魂，小丑。
Now where did I leave my calipers?
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Junk. Junk.
Empty. Empty.
This again?
seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
This again.
But who? No marks, no indications of a struggle.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Take him into this room. Or was he already?
要钱。
She frowns and peers at you closely, resting the back of one hand on your forehead and taking your pulse with the other.
按太快。
Delusions such as these are rare, but not unheard of. I recommend a cup of mulled wine and another night's sleep. Just take it easy. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's. Don't you dare! If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse and put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Into this room. Or was he already here?
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff. You've been collared, and you've been told why. There really is no need for you to linger.
this is a rare kind of magic.
没看
Need to
完
write
就
to
没了。
headquarters right away.
小手手。
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
You've been collared and you've been told why. They're really...
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really.
The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you. She nods. The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you. She nods to the right without moving her gaze from the ground.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
花钱，花钱，然后
No
才要
known
买12块。
associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others. But who? No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic. No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others. But who?
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. It's a small ship. His name was Finn. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished he hadn't before he came here. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Nothing to see here.
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really. Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even... You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
啊，不能反悔啊！可以可以，拉车。侦探。
I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep. Haven't got any shears, have you? People these days.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're
Rubbish.
one by one.
We just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
I ain't saying nothing.
Bloody dwarves. I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
Wow! You look cool. I like your hair. I like your eyes. I like your colour. I have one too.
I know you. I heard you sing once. Before. Out there. Wow.
Wow.
Hi. Do you like to play ball? We like to play ball.
I know it. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Hey!
They're picking us.
I know who you are. You're a singer. My mum likes you.
To the part where I reassure you, you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad?
Hi, famous lady. I want to be like you when I'm big. A singer. Why don't you sing down here?
Hi. Do you like to play?
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
Just skip to the part where I reassure you and you
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. A dark, dank place. I remember it well. As everyone lay sleeping, you sat in the dark with wakeful eyes, looking rather lovingly at... me! Huh. My, aren't you a pretty cup full of sugar and spice?
You think me mad?
mad? Insufferable, surely.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that gives the Magisters more concern than more appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard.
You one of them? A Divine Order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
Always hung closest to our fight, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of the ship with it.
I didn't do nothing, okay? It was one of them. One of your people. Human. I didn't do nothing, okay?
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles.
You look like a Ghetto to me. Listen, if you're interested. Or get gone if you aren't.
His eyes snap open. He looks at you and frowns.
Murder? Ah, that's what they were going on and on about. I wouldn't know anything about it. I kill a man. He knows who done it. His daddy knows who done it. And the mayor knows who done it too.
His eyes flutter shut, and he assumes his position of repose once more.
Whether they catch me is another matter, but I ain't one to hide my accomplishments. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
And?
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. You've got ears on your head, haven't you? Do you need me to show you? There now, just like that. Squeak! Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose.
There! You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, Ghetto. Good news.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been traveling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Yeah, no indeed, Ghetto. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, Ghetto.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much obliged.
Got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with it.
Good find.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you
I'm
that
busy
knuckle.
watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sob story somewhere else.
Our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
What? Didn't make it...
Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself.
There's nothing else you can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
When you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
It was one of them. I know it.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
I'll find out. I always do. Now away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
This again?
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if
Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
I'll reassure you and you shut up.
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable, surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Who we are, what we've done. They mean less than nothing as long as these collars choke us.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll...
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
My, we are fierce, aren't we? Not to worry. I'll soon remedy that. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
You've got this wolf.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. You should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Mad?
When I want you to attend me, I'll whistle. Until then, go stand in a discreet corner somewhere, will you?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
我是人类生命者。
Most unusual. And if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer. No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not? Now please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your questions.
真难搞。
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
I'm sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn up front and Ben messed. Your kind always were closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire. As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with him.
One of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
So, anything interesting for me? I'll take that as a no.
Oh, the hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen.
Didn't make.
And I don't intend to do away with
Ifan raises his eyebrow.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul, and I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
We just skipped to the part where I reassure you and you shut up. Mad? Insufferable, surely. I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen. Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
I've seen more appetizing
You
things
seem on
coming
edge,
out of
officer.
plague-stricken pigs.
What on earth is the matter?
Murder most foul.
There's nothing else
I
I can
strongly
make, Your
suspect you
Majesty.
know all about it.
Turnips and water are all I was given.
Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen course dinner, and I don't intend to
Junk.
do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more
This
concern.
again?
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
Those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
Murder most foul. And I
There's
strongly suspect
There's
you
nothing
know all
else I
about
can
it.
make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water
Well,
are all I was given.
absolutely right.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
Well, there has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about sauce.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
Name?
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them. I'll give you that.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
Picking us off one by one.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Ruff!
You think me mad? Mad?
Oh,
Insufferable? Surely. What are you trying to hear anyway? I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
要落实
Classify this slop as food. I've
标
seen more
签
appetizing things
标
coming
签
out of
标签
plague-stricken
标签
pigs.
There's
神
nothing
秘
else I
者
can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with
trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
There
You
has
seem
been
on
a
edge,
murder,
officer.
Your Majesty.
What on earth is the matter?
That has the Magister's more concern than your appetite.
Murder most foul, and I strongly suspect you know all about it.
Do you? Well, perhaps you're absolutely right.
女方
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
被水过。 以后再研究。
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff. You've been collared and you've been told why. They're rip.
Do you? Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
一开始动画那一个，
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Wow.
What's happened?
What现在的代志？回档，回档啥？混乱。公益会随时如何？ 元素图腾。Eh?
Oh! What? What happened? Must have been the turnips. You dare strike a rod?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
I have.
You shake the lizard by the shoulders, but... You shake the lizard by the shoulder.
是这样啊。
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence.
Lucien. Lucien.
Ifan cries out. Then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
Her hand lies limp in yours. She's too weak to stand.
The dice roll darkly. They're rolling for me.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound. The Magister lies on the floor.
魔鬼项圈面具。
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls, the hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
Sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much. Please, make it stop. Sorcerer.
The dog whines and continues pawing at its nose.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
违建。
Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Thank the gods! By divine grace, who was that howling?
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer! Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got void bugs swarming up top. Saw it coming, I did. Sorcerer mutiny. Your lies end here.
战斗。要打就打。学习一下。草木图腾，哇哦！没有战斗教学。 草木涂成血红啊！啊，我也要模式呀！草木图腾。哦，这么远。哦，看看那样。
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
This is Bishop Alexander. Not bad. Not bad at all. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick.
诶。地方是安怎啊？我身上面代志个。哎呀，好气死啊！拿在手上，然后嘞，什么想哦？不能丢。哎呦，我身上面代志。贻笑啊！进度到哪里？ 那些人还没死。从这里啊。
The hound paws desperately at its snout. It winces as the dog notices you for the first time and snarls. It sneezes suddenly.
Can't smell. Please, make it stop. Too much.
The dog whines.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. God damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick. Damn! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
God. He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer! Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that witch fix your collar too? Curdled my blood when she appeared. Ship shook like a typhoon had struck and then she was gone again. Look around. You see how that story ends. Nothing but swords can do this. Your lies end here.
就是要打。点他。
This is Bishop Alexander. Not bad. Not bad at all.
And you thought Rivellon was flat?
杖法杖。
The door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply...
哦，是吧？牵手。
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glory the skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder there's...
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly used the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern. No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the seafloor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did, although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed, just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Please, my time is short.
6。
The moment you touch the door, your belly goes hollow and your skin goes pale. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
I need to get out of here, now!
家伙哎！
The moment you touch the door, it doesn't budge. The door groans.
Something's breaking through! What the hell are those things? I need to get out of here, now!
要重打。哇，这上触手。 战斗日记，战斗日记不能随时开。
children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
The Magister lies on the floor.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait! Void woken.
哇，这人血。
Would sink the ship on my watch.
They who are about to triumph.
Let the games begin.
I've faced worse.
For some air.
Away! The sea's hungry. We don't have much time.
Let's not tarry. This old tub is about to burst.
Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong smell. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
Ripping the ship apart. She's going down.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
我还以为巴多 ending 了，欢乐堡。
Well, the Order's right about one thing. First comes Source, then comes Voidwoken. Am I the lone survivor? Well, thanks, disembodied voice.
太大颗了吧？好啊。啊，休息啦！感谢收看。